Um, so I wasn't supposed to go to college. Let's just start there. Then maybe the answer will come out. I wasn't supposed to go to college because I was really dumb. And oh yeah, that's another thing. There, if you're dumb, they really encourage you to be dumb. I was supposed to either get married or become like a house help or like housemaid, and those two were not appealing. So anyway, I got into trying to do construction, paint jobs, all sorts of things. And my uncle, who went to school here approximately 12, 15 years ago, he has a wife who's American, who also went to Missouri State. And he brought her to Kenya for the first time. And she met me, and so we caught up and we hit it off and all this jazz. And so she came back to the US and had this grand idea without telling me that she wants me to go to college. So then she worked on that, talked to a few people, saw what she needs to do, came back to Kenya again and talked to my family. Again, no one told me this. She talked to them, they decided they're going to try and raise money to pay for me to get here and then figure it out after that. They raised money and bought me a ticket, which was a lot of money, and my first semester tuition. And I was in Kansas City, actually, a metropolitan community college. Did that, stayed there for a year, then transferred here because for some reason I was a genius. So my grades were good enough to get a partial scholarship here at Missouri State, and I've been here since 2010, 9, somewhere around there. So when I first came to Missouri State, couldn't figure out how to turn on a computer. English was a problem. It's not the way I am now. So I couldn't understand a thing for my first year. And professors just kept helping me and helping me. And it was really weird because in my country, teachers do not help you like that. But these guys, they kept pushing me and asking me questions and following me and calling me and emailing me. And I just hung in there and finally figured it out and love it, don't regret any minute of it. And then that in turn also strengthened my love and interest in education and in art and in design and the power design has on people. Okay, first of all, with graphic design, I learned how to communicate my thoughts and ideas and feelings in an image, and that would in turn affect how other people saw it and interpreted it. And sometimes they thought more than I was explaining in my images, sometimes less, but still there was a positive impact. So if I could use the visual communication to educate individuals who cannot read, especially on poverty, HIV, food, things like that, then I think it would be very helpful. Graphic design is such a powerful means of communication because we are in an era where visual communication is almost as strong or even stronger than written communication. We're all, without realizing, we're all in a bubble, in a box, because you live with your parents or your family and that's all you know for a very long time. And so you have this style of thinking and dreaming and all these things. And education opens your mind to bigger things. You discover things about yourself that are great, and you discover your weaknesses and fight them or work on them to make them like perfect or whatever. I'm passionate about women in general. There's this gender inequality thing that people always talk about. And I know it's here, but then it's so much more in Africa. And I experienced it growing up where you're there to be seen and not to be heard. And a woman who has a voice is hated even by her own women. So that's really weird to me, because you'd think women would back a woman up. And so I'm thinking, if I can put education and women together, somehow, hopefully, I can change women's thinking about themselves, and that will hopefully make them see other women in a more positive way. With some education, even if it's just reading, women who cannot read, if they can learn to read or to just do simple math, then they can open businesses, then they can in turn educate their children and just reduce the cycle of poverty, generational poverty that's continued forever. So then if I can just do that, and especially help girls, because boys have the advantage of being taken to school regardless, whether they have parents or not. Someone will pay for a boy before they pay for a girl, because girls are there to be seen and not to be heard. Girls are stupid. Girls are useless. They're there to have babies. And I do not agree with that. You educate a girl, you've educated the whole community, because she will educate her kids, who in turn will educate. And it's not just academic education. It's an all-round education, which is morals and values and how spirituality or religion of any kind has a very positive influence on the raising of a child. So if I could combine all those, start a school, focus on the girls and their mothers, because then if their mothers see the value of it, then they will also see the value in their children receiving it, even if they did not. And it will just continue to hopefully grow. In my mind, in this dream, it will hopefully just flourish and affect many other people and many other regions.